Dear students, knowledge seekers, and learners, welcome to Lecture 3 of Week 1, which is titled Financial System Meaning and Components. In this lecture, we are going to delve deeper into understanding the financial system, its basics, and the different components that are associated with the financial system. Let us begin the journey. In this lecture, we will start by understanding the meaning of financial system, followed by features of financial system. After that, we will try to understand the objectives of financial system, followed by the structure of financial system. Subsequently, we will try to decipher the different components of financial system, followed by flow of funds mechanism, and finally, we will take a case study based on banking system and economic activity. The first and foremost question which arises is, what is financial system? In brief and in short, a financial system is a network of institutions, markets, instruments, and services. It means that institutions, markets, instruments, and services, when they are linked together and they complement and substitute each other, then they form a complex set of system which is known as financial system. Without the existence of institutions, markets, instruments, services, we cannot imagine a complex system of finance. Financial system can also be understood through what it serves. It facilitates the transfer of funds from surplus to deficit unit. In a particular financial system, there can be two types of units. One, those units or entities that have surplus money, that is surplus finance, and others that have deficit of finance. This surplus and deficit may be from the point of view of performing their activities. For example, if a company A wants to diversify or expand their operations, they need funds. If they have their internal sources of funds available to them, then we can call them having surplus finance. On the other hand, there can be another company B who does not have any sources of funds available for diversification or expansion. Thus, we will say that that company B is having a deficit. So, financial system provides a facility through which funds can be transferred from those who are having extra finance to those who are having deficit of finance, thus facilitating overall economic growth and equality of opportunity for all the units, institutions, entities, and firms. Financial system also acts as a bridge between savers and investors. If we talk about people in an economy, the people in an economy can be divided from finance perspective into two parts. One is the savers who have again similar to this function who have again surplus, and the investors who invest, they have surplus but they facilitate that money into the market. Savers keep the money for generally for their contingent functions in the future or emergencies, and therefore mobilization of saving is important to convert saving into investment. Thus, financial system provides a bridge through which savers and investors can have a complementary alignment instead of a competitive alignment. Financial system also ensures efficient utilization of financial resources in the economy. Remember, dear students, that there are two terms that should be differentiated: efficient and effective. What is the difference between efficiency and effectiveness? Efficiency is doing things right. Effectiveness is doing right things. In finance, everybody is doing the right thing, following the right theories, formulas, decision making techniques, etc. But still, doing things rightly is not everybody's cup of tea. Thus, a better financial system is one where efficient utilization of financial resources happens, which means that financial resources goes to those areas, those sectors of the economy where return is good. In addition to this, a financial system also reduces frictions such as information gaps and transaction cost. The information gaps are very important because information can do tumultuous changes in the financial sector. Thus, in the crux, it would be justified to say that financial system is crucial to the functioning of any modern economy. Let us now try to decipher the basic idea of a financial system. That is, what is the basic or what is the foundation of financial system? We can divide a system into different sectors and then we can understand that what is the basic function performed by each sector in a financial system. The first is households. Households save money, so they are generally savers. The second sector is businesses. They need fund for investment, so their need is investment. Third is government, which requires funds for public expenditure, which is also sometimes known as unilateral expenditure because it may or may not result into returns. Thus, financial system connects all these sectors, that is household plus businesses plus the government sector. It converts saving into investments. It also tries to maintain a continuous flow of funds across different sectors. Understanding of this basic idea is very important because with this we can appreciate that each sector in the economy, that is households, businesses and government, are important and necessary for a perfect, efficient and effective financial system. Let us now try to define financial system. There are different definitions and here we are trying to produce a simplified and comprehensive definition. Financial system refers to the organized arrangement of financial institutions, markets and instruments. When we say organized, what do we mean by organized? Organized means that they form part of a formal structure, as well as there are control mechanisms that are available, and therefore markets are also controlled not for the sake of profit but the sake of bringing parity in the financial system. A financial system ensures efficient allocation of financial resources, thus transferring funds to those areas that are more profitable than others. In addition to this, a financial system also supports capital formation and economic growth. A robust financial system always results into a robust economic growth, and economic growth is directly linked to capital formation. Thus, if capital formation is lacking, the scope for economic growth also falls. Another important thing is that financial system enables risk sharing and liquidity creation. Risk sharing is different prompt risk transfer. Risk sharing is where a large portion of the risks can be shared between different entities so that the burden of loss does not fall on one single head. It is a very effective way of monitoring and maintaining a financial system that should not repeatedly go into crisis. Another important function of financial system is liquidity creation. A robust financial system also creates liquidity in the economy through credit creation process. Thus, financial system forms the backbone of economic activity in the modern times. Dear students, knowledge seekers and learners, let us now try to understand and discuss the different features of financial system. A financial system is foremost organized and a structured mechanism where everything happens according to plan. The second is it facilitates capital formation, which means it creates availability of funds for all the sectors, particularly the business sector. Third, it promotes economic development. Now, economic development is different from economic growth. Economic development is equal to economic growth plus social justice. Thus, financial system not only provides economic growth but also treats everybody equal, as well as a financial system provides opportunities for unbanked and underrepresented people in the banking and financial sector. Therefore, we can say that it promotes economic development. The next feature is financial system operates through institutions and markets. Financial system depends on institutional factors such as governance, rule of law, financial measures, monetary bodies, etc. The relevance of these institutions is they are the institutions that manage and organize the financial system into a structured mechanism. Similarly, markets are where the demand and supply of financial instruments do happen, and thus they provide a very solid and very effective platform where instruments in financial system can prosper. Another important feature is that a financial system is subject to regulatory control. Regulatory control is very important for maintaining the financial system. Without a regulatory control, a financial system may become uncontrolled, and the panic situation it can create may shatter the whole economy. In addition to this, financial system also from time to time adapts to technological and economic changes. As we know that human civilization gradually progresses. With the progress in human civilization, technology also progresses. The technological advancement changes in the economic habits of the people, in changes in the income equality parameters, changes in the personal disposable income of the people. All these things have a huge impact as well as a pressure on financial system. Thus, it is the need that a financial system should always be ready to adapt to these technological advancement, technological changes, and economic changes. The last but not the least feature of financial system is that it enhances financial inclusion over a period of time. Financial inclusion means that bringing the people who are not into the organized financial system into the organized financial system. Generally, it consists of unorganized sector, it consists of unbanked people and underrepresented people. Now, all these three categories, they are also attracted to join financial system. But for this attraction, the financial system should be simple. It should motivate people to come into its foray, and this happens over a period of time, not in just a fortnight. All these features are very important, and these features are also the factors that should be seen in order to make a robust financial system or a financial system working properly. Let us now move to the objectives of financial system. The first objective of financial system is mobilization of savings. Savings are done by households. Small savings by large number of households may constitute a huge amount of money. But if it is savings, it is stuck somewhere in the economy and it cannot be used for credit creation, for liquidity creation, or for any economic growth purpose. Thus, it is important that a financial system should provide such incentives that savings should be mobilized to come into the formal financial system, wherein these savings can be used for the purpose of credit creation, liquidity creation, etc. Another important objective is efficient allocation of resources, that is, dividing the resources in such a manner that more resources go where either they are required or where returns are higher. The third objective is facilitation of investment. There should always be facilitation of investment in the sense that more investments leads to more economic growth leads to better employment opportunities. Another important objective of financial system is promotion of economic development. It is very important that economic development should prevail in an economy, in a country, through which standard of living can be improved over a period of time. A robust financial system provides such opportunity. The next is ensuring financial stability. Financial stability refers to a point where there are no financial crises in the economy, where transparency and accountability in the financial system prevails. Thus, a good financial system is one that where financial stability is achieved. Another objective of financial system is reducing regional and sectoral imbalances. We know in any country, particularly in developing country, there are different areas. Some of them are cosmopolitan, some of them are metropolitan, some of them are urban areas, semi-urban areas, rural areas. Another category is areas that are forward, they have seen growth, areas that are backward. So, regional imbalances refers to regions which are backward and some other regions that are developing. So, financial system provides opportunities for both, but it gives extra access to the backward regions so that they can also come into the mainstream development. Similarly, sectoral imbalances is also there, like there are imbalances in different sectors within agriculture like horticulture, fisheries, etc. Again, financial system can provide incentives so that these imbalances can be reduced. And finally, the objective is supporting inclusive growth. Inclusive growth refers to the growth which is shared by each and everybody. That is, every income group will share the development, the growth. A good financial system objective is always to provide inclusive growth and not just a growth for a specific group of people or income category. Let us now try to understand the different components of financial system. The main components of financial system includes financial institutions. These are the institutions that manage and regulate financial system. Examples include SEBI, Securities Exchange Board of India. Financial markets, these are the markets that operate and wherein financial instruments are traded. For example, National Stock Exchange is a type of financial market. Financial instruments, these are the products, okay, that are being used, like promissory notes, like checks, debentures, shares, and then financial services, that is those services that are used in the financial sector to mitigate risk or to share a risk. For example, underwriting, it's a service. Now each component plays a specific but interconnected role in this financial system. Also, the efficiency depends on coordination among all components. If financial institutions are performing their job, but financial instruments are not in adequate number in a financial system, then financial institutions will fail to achieve efficiency. Similarly, if financial markets exist, instruments are being traded and services are being performed, but financial institutions are not monitoring the operations, then also there will be no efficiency. Let us now try to understand each component in a detailed manner. Financial institutions, the organizations that mobilize and allocate funds are known as financial institutions. For example, banks, insurance companies, non-banking financial companies, they are also financial institutions. These institutions reduce risk through diversification. They also provide financial intermediation. These financial institutions are the core pillars of the financial system. The next component is financial markets. Financial markets perform where financial markets are platform where financial assets are traded. There are different types of financial market. We have money market where short-term funds are being traded. We have capital market where long-term funds are being traded. An example of short-term fund is, for example, marketable securities. Long-term funds, for example, debentures. These financial markets help in price discovery and liquidity creation in the economy, and they also enable the efficient allocation of capital. What are financial instruments? These are financial assets representing different types of claims. Examples include shares, bonds, that is debentures, treasury bills. These financial instruments provide investment opportunities. They also help in risk return management. Financial services. Financial services facilitates financial activities. The examples of financial services include banking services, which are performed by commercial banks, merchant banks, export-import banks, etc. Insurance, the different insurance companies coming under IRDAI. Investment advisory, different investment advisory firms are there. Then these services also improve efficiency and accessibility by providing expertise services, and also these financial services supports the smooth functioning of market by removing the bottlenecks. Let us now try to discuss the flow of funds in a financial system. How funds flow from one particular entity to another entity in a financial system That is very important for us to understand. The surplus units, that is household who have savings, they put their savings and therefore they provide funds. Whenever households they put their saving into some productive use, they are actually putting their funds in some institutions, firms. Therefore, for firms, it is a source of fund. Then financial intermediaries, they channel these funds that have been provided by the household sector. There are different deficit units, maybe business or government. They use these funds, the channel and the funds that are ultimately coming from the households. Through this whole mechanism, the flow of funds ensures continuous economic activity because the deficit of fund that was available has been mitigated, and now these units which were having deficit funds can do their job, perform their task. Financial system is also very important, and the flow of funds ensures that minimization of the idle resources should happen. That is, resources that are not being utilized should be brought to a minimum level, thus avoiding any wastage of fund in the financial system. Direct versus indirect finance. Let us now try to differentiate between two terms: direct finance and indirect finance. Direct finance is where borrowers and lenders interact directly. On the other hand, indirect finance is through intermediaries like banks. Indirect finance also dominates due to risk reduction and convenience. In addition to this, indirect finance is especially important in developing countries like India, where everybody may not have access to direct finance. Dear students, knowledge seekers, and learners, after this all discussion, a brief question arises that what is the role of financial system in economy? There are different roles that are being performed. The first is it supports industrial growth. Industrial growth also provides more employment opportunities, and it also provides an opportunity for producers to manufacture more. Financial system ensures and encourages savings and investments. Financial system also facilitates trade and commerce. Financial system in an economy also improves allocation efficiency, that is allocating funds to those sectors that are giving more return. Financial system in an economy also drives innovation and entrepreneurship. And finally, it strengthens economic stability in a particular economy. Let us now see a case study to understand the practical implications of the role of banking system in India. In post-2000 expansion of banking in India, what happened was there were increased bank branches and digital banking access was also increased. There were new schemes like Jan Dhan Yojana that provides opportunity for unbanked people to open their bank account, be part of formal banking sector mechanism, and thus it improved the financial inclusion across the country. What happened because of these measures and initiatives? More people started saving in formal institutions. If more savings is available in the formal sector, that can be used for further of the credit creation process or liquidity creation process, thus providing more funds to the financial system. In addition to this, due to these kind of schemes, it also increased the availability to credit to businesses. Thus, if we see this example of the case study, from this we try to link the financial system, we can reach to few bullet points. That is, financial system enabled the mobilization of rural saving because more of the unbanked people were in rural areas. Also, banks acted as key intermediaries in fund allocation. In addition to this, These initiatives of schemes enhanced access to credit, supported small businesses and entrepreneurship. The whole case insight demonstrates how financial system contributes to inclusive growth and development. Let us now try to summarize whatever we have discussed in today's lecture. We have understood that financial system connects savers and investors. We have also reached to a conclusion that a financial system is composed of institutions, markets, instruments, and services. We have also tried to understand the logic and appreciate the point that a financial system ensures effective allocation and utilization of funds. And finally, financial system plays a vital role in economic development. Thank you very much for being with me.